Coming up, whose brains are bigger? You get to answer this. Men or women's brains? And what about handling stress? Which gender does that better? Well, the science is in, so stay tuned for that.
I'm a man who discovered the wheel and built the Eiffel Tower out of metal and brawn. That's what kind of man I am. You're just a woman with a small brain, with a brain a third the size of us. It's science.
Hey, Ron Burgundy, he's right and he's wrong. Women's brains aren't that proportion.
He was just
smaller.
angry, Steve. You can't fault him.
Women's brains, however, according to science, are smaller. They've used MRIs at the University of Pennsylvania. What they've figured out is that women's brains may be smaller, but they're more efficient.
Look at that. They're about 8% smaller, right? Good at bigger picture thinking.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I can keep track of a changing situation.
Yes, you can.
And women handle stress by befriending, you know, sort of bringing somebody.
Let's talk
down.
about it.
Come on, talk about it. Look into my eyes.
Right.
But
We like to run away.
But not so much for the men. Your brain is not as efficient. It's bigger.
Right, it's bigger. It allows us to drink more. That's according to science. And
True.
we understand space and landscapes better. How many times have we ever look at this rows of crops and know exactly how far it goes down
The rows of crops?
Is that what
Yes,
you do?
yeah.
You can crop analyze?
Right, I have a deep history in farming.
Sure. Men are more logical, better at coordination. Women are more intuitive, greater emotional intelligence. Men are bad at picking up on what the woman is trying to say.
Right.
Emotionally.
What part of actually? So we have bigger brains. We're just not using them. If we could find a man that can use his whole brain, every woman would want him.
Are you saying you have greater potential?
Potential.
What are
Potential.
Oh, God, look at the.
Soon I'm going to peak.
Well, see, what they've learned is that women and men's brains are actually wired differently. There are more connections in the women's brains that go from hemisphere to hemisphere, and guys' brains go like
that. If you listen close, you could hear men's synapses going off, where women keep it to themselves.
I don't hear
Is that
anything.
right?
I don't hear. I'm not hearing anything from this side.
It's like Jiffy Pop.
But we
Just
connect
another
to each other. Like Ainsley knows right now that I was just going to say, I know you have some headlines, right?
Exactly.
You can feel that
How
from
did
me.
you know that?
We
Just because our brains are smaller doesn't mean we're not smart.
Right.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean we're not smarter than you guys. That's why your head is so big, Brian.
That is so unbelievable. It's to hold my huge brain.
All right, we have some serious news to talk about, so stop messing around over there.